Hey guys, it's Kat and I'm back today to check in for my 1 month update on my hashtag Team Project Pan 2021. So this is just my project pan. It's the stuff that I've picked out that I want to use up. I have used up a couple of things already, which I wasn't expecting. Usually after the 1 month mark, it's sort of hard to see a bit of progress, but I've managed to do it. So I'll be taking a couple of things out and adding some new things in to replace them. But yeah, I've made some pretty good progress this month, I think, on most things, except for one. Where was that thing? I think there was one product that I made such bad progress on, I didn't even put it in my project pan tub. So there's that. If you did want to see my progress on my Pan That palette, it'll be my next video. I'm going to film it after this. But if you're not familiar with what this project pan is, pretty much I've picked most items from my makeup routine and skincare routine that I want to use up for various reasons. I either don't love the product very much, but I like it enough to want to use it up. Maybe they're getting old, maybe whatever. For some reason, I don't want them anymore. And this is a sort of project where I try to use them as frequently as possible. I check in once a month. I let you know how I'm going with my progress of using them up. And then as soon as I've used up a product, I will roll in a new one. So I keep progress happening throughout the year. It's just a way to sort of minimize clutter, minimize my big makeup collection, get use of things before they go off, and so forth and so forth. So let's get on to the products that I used up first. The thing that I used up first off the bat, which I was really surprised by, was actually this hand cream. So it's by Kotia. It's a New Zealand brand, and I was up to here last time. You can see it is completely used up, and I don't know how I use this so fast. Maybe because this is only 50 mils, and for like a hand cream, is that a lot? What's my other one that I'm replacing it with a 100 ml tube. So maybe this is just a small hand cream, but I used it up really, really fast. And I probably used this up a week ago, nearly 2 weeks ago. So it was like early on. And I think it's just because it's a really light hand cream that you can use quite a lot of, and you can reapply it fairly quickly, but that is done. So I am actually replacing that with another hand cream. Probably can't see the writing very well because of the lighting, but it's from Glasshouse Fragrances. I love Glasshouse as a candle brand. I don't mind their hand cream. It's kind of light. It's not greasy, which is great. But this is the scent Casablanca, which is Velvet Musk and Bergamot. I feel it's a little bit musky for my liking. It's like a sweet musky scent. I like sort of fresher scents. So I wanted to focus on this to use it up. I did mark it, so lucky you can sort of see through the tube, and it's down to there when it settles. So there's not too much left. Again, maybe a month or two of use if I use it fairly frequently, but that's the next hand cream I'm rolling in. The other product that I used up is my eyeliner from Marc Jacobs. This is the Fineliner Ultra Skinny Gel Eye Crayon. This is just a brown one. I think the shade is Spice. And I've got this is my 4th eyeliner of this sort of style. They're very, very creamy. They're very, very fine tipped. I can't twist them out to show you the progress because they're non-retractable, but I decided this year I sort of want to use up all 4. They're not super old, but I am familiar with Marc Jacobs eyeliner formula, and I have had one of his standard eyeliners in the past, and it dried up before I was able to use it. Because they are so creamy, they do have the ability to sort of dry up, and then you can't really use them. So I thought before that happens, I want to use them up. So this one's empty. Once again, I think I started trying to twist this up just last week, and I'm like, wait, it's not going any further. But one thing that's cool about this, if I do stick to using the same eyeliner, I can weigh this now, and I can see how much the packaging weighs. So I have an idea of the weight of the product in my next one. All right, so when I did introduce that last month, it was 5.15 grams. It's now at about 5.11, 12. It's sort of alternating a little bit. So I only used 0.03 or 4 grams before I used it up, but I don't know how much I'd used previously, if that makes sense. So these do contain a total of 0.11 grams, not heaps, but at least I know how much the packaging weighs. So let's just see out of curiosity how much this one weighs. All right, so that's about 5.22 grams. So I do have about 0.11 gram. What did I say it was? 0.12, 0.11 of this. So I will be using it for some time. But anyway, the shade that I'm rolling in is actually this, it's called Cinderella, and it's more of a blue gray color. I'm not sure if you can see it. I've been wearing it a lot recently, mainly because the eyeshadow palettes that I have been panning in my Pan That palette, most of it is cool toned. So I've been sort of pairing lips and eyeliners that are cool toned as well. So this I found works really well, and it might be a good time to use it because if I decide to change the vibe of my eyeshadows throughout the year and want something a lot warmer, I won't reach for this as much. So I thought I may as well use it while I'm using the cooler eyeshadows. All right, now on to progress, and I've made some hopefully decent progress on most items here. Let's talk about my primer. Let's just go through. So this is my Smashbox Photo Finish primer. It was up to there, so pretty much where the black line started, it's now down to here. So all I pretty much do is squeeze it down and sort of mark it where it sort of sits. I've been using this again every day. I don't feel the need for it. It's like a silicone primer. It's not, doesn't really do much, but I'm just using it for the sake of using it. And it does have a little bit of SPF. So look, added SPF, that's fine. I use SPF, but the more the merrier. So I think as this is going, look, maybe a couple months, maybe a month or two, which would be good because I've got a lot of primers to get through and I don't even use them really. Foundation, I've been making progress on this Australis Fresh and Flawless foundation. I do mix it with a lightening product because this one is a little bit too dark for me. Now, I was just sort of expecting this to go a lot faster than it is. So on the side here, again, you can see that I was up to this sort of blue nail polish line and I'm down to there. If I look at that, I probably got 2.5 months to go, but I'm really confused because I feel like I didn't use this too much when I first introduced it. Like I'd used it before, but I feel like I've been using it a lot recently. And so the fact that it was down to that sort of teal line to begin with before this project started, I'm like, I thought I was going to use this up really, really fast, but I either marked it wrong or it's just contains a lot more than I was expecting. But as it is, I'm making progress. I use it every day. I quite like it, so that's all good. Oh my God, I'm making a lot of progress on this powder. I think last month I was like, okay, my Too Faced Peach Perfect Loose Setting Powder, it contains a whopping 35 grams. It's gonna take me ages to get through. And I think I held it up and I was sort of like, look, it's half filled. You know, that's gonna take a while. Now I think it's like a quarter filled. I'm using it at record speed. I sort of feel like this foundation can take a lot of powdering, and I do like a matte look, not because I love the effect of it, but because I have oily skin and we're in the middle of summer, I find that I really want to leave the house with a set base so it can last throughout the day. So yeah, this combo, it absorbs a lot of powder. So I did weigh this, and I'll weigh it now just to let you know how I'm going with it. All right, that was at 109.28 grams. It's now at 107.09. So look, nearly 12 grams. That's a lot. I'm using a lot of powder a month. Oh, spaghetti. This is gonna be gone. Look at this. Like there's not much left in it, and that was half filled. It's a big powder month. I've been powdering like there's no tomorrow. So look, at least I'm using it. All right, more visual progress on things. My MAC Fix Plus, I've been enjoying using this. I like MAC Fix Plus. The only reason I introduced this was because it was nearly finished and the sprayer was sort of jammed at some point, but it's working perfectly now. So you can see that I think I did introduce it in my project last year, but it was up to there last month. I've used quite a lot. At the rate that I'm going, I should finish it by next month. Sometimes I forget to use this as you do, but one thing I have been using it for quite a bit is because I've been doing my Pan That palette and I've been wanting to use my palettes as much as possible. Often I'll be turning eyeshadows into eyeliner. So I've been spraying my brush, picking up the eyeshadow to create like an eyeliner effect. So I have been using this more as a mixing medium than I have a finishing spray, but you know, I'm making good progress. All right, I'm making some good progress on my, again, Kotia. This is the brand that I bought a bunch of things from, I think 4 things from. Yes, 4 things from, and I didn't like the scent. It sort of cheapened the product and I wanted to just use them up and move on with other skincare. This is the Exfoliating Cleansing Milk. Now, it was up to there when I introduced it, and I've been using it a lot and it's down to there. Now, I probably overuse it. If you want to be a lot more like conservative, you could use like 1 or 2 pumps. I use a lot of pumps. I use quite a lot of this, but I actually really don't mind it as a cream cleanser. So it's a cleansing milk. So it's not a foaming gel cleanser. It is more of that, yeah, milk consistency or cream consistency. But what I thought is really cool about this product is that if I have any like leftover makeup on my face, I find that you can feel it when you apply this. I know that's going to sound really strange, but I pump it into my hand, and I will pump like 5 or 6 pumps. And I do put it all over my face when I'm in the shower. And as I'm working it in, I can actually feel like a textural difference on my skin. It's almost like it doesn't smooth over the skin perfectly when I have little bits of makeup. So I can just like focus on those areas and really lift the little bits that I haven't noticed, that I haven't removed. And it works really well. So I don't hate the products. And I'm getting used to the scent, believe it or not. But yeah, I still want to get through them and use them up. And yeah, at this rate, maybe month and a half, 2 months, hopefully this is done. Let's just talk about the other products from that range as well that I'm using up. I've got the night cream and also the day cream. I do use these pretty much every night and day. I didn't mark these, but I do have photos on the screen and you're not going to be able to see this. So maybe I'll just have to compare the photos to the photos, but essentially it was sort of up to that sort of white mark to begin with when I introduced this, and now it is down maybe halfway down the tub. So I have been using it a lot, both the night cream and the day cream. And again, I don't mind these. I don't like the scent of them, but I don't mind the effect of it. It's quite gentle on my skin, which can be quite irritated. Only thing, I don't know if it's these, so I don't want to blame these. I just want to raise this as a cautionary tale. Because these are quite creamy and fairly heavy, I am getting a little bit of milia, and I don't know if it's because of these or if it's because of something I've used in the past and it's sort of just coming up now. But I'm possibly thinking that because these are quite heavy, you know, creamy moisturizers, if you're prone to getting milia around your eyes, you know, probably avoid these or keep them well under your eye area. So that's the only thing I wanted to say. And it's, you know, more reason for me to want to use them up sooner rather than later. All right, I've got my Lanolips Lip Water. So this is the lip balm type lip treatment product that I have in my project pan. I do like it because it settles pretty easily, so you can mark the side. I'm not too sure if you can see, but hopefully you can see. Do I zoom in? Do you care? But I've been using this a lot, and I'm surprised I've only used that amount because I thought I would be like, this is almost done. The amount of times I've just been applying and reapplying when I'm at my computer is ridiculous, but clearly because it's so thin, it just a little goes a long way. So this is going to be in the project for probably another 3 or 4 or 5 months, but that's fine because it's not a bad lip treatment. Oh, something that I don't want to go is my Perfume Mini. This is my DKNY Be Delicious Fresh Blossom. So I have marked where it's at. Again, I don't even know if you can see. Maybe I'll have to zoom in. Let's zoom in. All right, hopefully that's a bit clearer. That's my lip treatment, teal and pink. I'll have to remember to mark these deeper colors in the future. And this is my perfume. So again, I've got that teal line up there and the pink line down here for where it is up to. While I'm zoomed in, I may as well show you some other things as well. This is my MAC paint pot. So I'll have a photo on the screen of where I was up to last time. You can't really see too much progress, but I have been using it every time I do my makeup. I'm loving it. I love I love MAC paint pots, so this is a pleasure. Photo on the screen as well. I'm not too sure if you can see if I've made any progress on my gel liner from MAC. This is in the shade Past Twilight. I haven't used this too often, to be honest. I was focusing more on the pencil liners, but you know, that's that. Yeah, so for my gel liner, I'm just not using it as much as I would like, but I'm going to keep it in because it's been in my project pan all of last year, so I'm going to keep it in. Again, paint pot from MAC in Painterly. Again, we're not going to see much progress just yet because I do know that paint pots take about a year to use up, and even though I've been using it consistently, there's not much going on. This will be done by next month. I love it. I don't want it gone, which is why I bought, I think it was a 100ml bottle, or was it 50ml? Might have been a 100ml bottle, because every time I use this, I'm just like, oh my God, I love this perfume so much. I don't want it to go. I think I've actually used 2 bottles in the past, so this was just a little reminder that you got to repurchase a big one, which I did. So yeah, that's that. I might also do, let me know what you think. I'm thinking of doing, instead of favorites for January, February, I might do just a recap of what I've purchased, because since I have been focusing so much on my project pan and my Pan That palette and my lip project that I've been doing, I really haven't been testing out much makeup to be like, oh, this is my favorite or whatever, because I'm using the same thing pretty much every day. So I thought what I might do instead when I don't have favorites videos is to do like a recapping of my purchases. So if you're interested in seeing that, let me know and I'll film that soon. But yeah, I purchased a fragrance plus a couple more. All right, brow products, I've got 3, which is again excessive, but I explained in my intro video, which I'll link down below if you haven't seen it. I am getting my eyebrows tattooed early March. So I have a month to use up as many brow products as possible. I have quite a few. And I'm sure that once I've got them tattooed, I will probably still occasionally use brow products, so it's not like mandatory that I use up all my brow products in the next month. But the whole plan of getting my brows tattooed is that I don't need to do my brows every day. So I put in 3 brow products because at the moment with my really sparse brows, I do need to use quite a lot of brow products. So what I mainly have been using are these 2 from Benefit. So we've got the Goof Proof Brow Pencil in the shade 3.5. I will have a photo on the screen of the progress, so it's a bit easier to see than me just being like, pencil, pencil. But I have been using this again every day. I'm wearing it today. And then what I do, so I use this bigger pencil to fill out the bulk of my brow, and then I go in with the Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade 4.5, and I go in and I add a little bit of like hair texture, and I sort of fade the front a little bit. So again, I can wind this out. I'll have a photo on the screen of the progress because again, it's hard to tell from this. I have also been using this tinted brow gel from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It is the medium brown Dipbrow gel. So it's like their Dipbrow pomade, but in a tube gel version. This is just the mini size. I am struggling to use this. It is drying out, which is why I wanted to include it in this project. Pretty much what I have to do is wipe some off the back of my hand. Often I'll get an angle brush and sort of put it in my brows. Sometimes I'll remove the excess and just sort of brush it through, but I am sort of struggling to use this. Again, this might be a product that when I have had my brows tattooed, it might be something I want to use just to sort of add a little bit more color. I don't know. But as it is, I'm struggling. So this might be something I declutter in the next sort of quarterly refresh, maybe. Yeah, I'm not using much. So that was at 9.78 grams when I first introduced it, and now it's at 9.76 grams. So 0.02 grams I've used. It is, yeah, not a great success. Couple things I have been using pretty much every day and I have been enjoying them. Firstly is my Revlon. This is the Colorstay concealer. My shade is 3, light medium. And I mainly have been using this a lot because it's one of my only concealers I have open. but I'm not hating it. It works well with the foundation I'm using. It works well under the powder I'm using. And this was at 18.92 grams and now it's at 17.14 grams. So yeah, I've used quite a lot. It does contain 6.2 mils. So I think at the rate that I'm going, give it a few months, maybe 4 months, and this should be done. I had used this a little bit prior to introducing it in my project pan, but it wasn't heavily used. It's not as if I like used half of it before introducing it here. It was almost full. So there we go. The next thing that I've been using like guaranteed every day is the Maybelline, the Falsies Lash Lift Mascara. Now, when I did introduce this, a few people were like, it's a crap mascara. I'm actually really enjoying it. I must have some really basic bitch lashes because look, historically, when I was in like my early 20s, I loved Maybelline mascaras and this one has not disappointed me. It is a sort of drier consistency, which I like because it doesn't sort of like clump lashes too much. I find that it does lengthen, separates enough, and it gives me enough volume. Like I'm not wearing any lashes today and I don't feel like I need to. It also works really nicely on the lower lash line. Again, it doesn't sort of smear and clump too much. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. And I have been using it quite a bit, which is obvious because this was at 23.54 grams. It's now at 22.58 grams. So nearly a full gram of product that I've used from this. And how much does it contain? 9.6 mils. So look, there's still a lot to go. I did introduce this when it was pretty much brand new. I think I'd used it only like once or twice. So I probably do have quite a lot to go. If you go by the rule that you want to throw out a mascara every 3 months, I should throw this out at the quarterly refresh, but I don't go by the rules. I go by like if it dries out or smells funky or doesn't work as well, I'll throw it out. Otherwise I'll keep using it. So yeah, this is probably going to stick around for a while. All right, last couple of things. Firstly, I've got my foot balm. That is the most boring product to pan ever. So this is the Shoal Eulactyl Heel Balm Gold. Now, I did mention that I introduced this because I bought the wrong one. I came across a foot cream that was more like a gel and it was really cooling and really nice and softened your feet. And I really enjoyed it. It was on the same shelf as this product, same coloring of the packaging. I bought the wrong one. This is one of those really thick, greasy, like foot balms that I don't love. So I do want it done. I actually bought like the other one. I went back and bought the one that I wanted, but I haven't opened it because I want this done first. So it was up to here. Now it's down to there. So when you sort of squeeze it down, I haven't used this as much as I would like. I use these before I go to bed, but because this is so like sticky and like suffocating the feet, it has been quite warm and muggy, and this is just something I don't want to put on my feet at night. So I haven't been using this every night like I would like to. I use it maybe like once or twice a week. So not much progress, but I would endeavor to try to use it more because it is something I want gone. All right, the last two things that I've barely seen any progress on, my Jouer blush duo. Last year I did pan the lighter side, and this year I want to pan the deeper side. Now I probably have used this, I'm wearing it today, but I probably have only used this, I'm going to say 3 or 4 times, mainly because I've got a face palette in my Pan That palette, which has a bronzer in it, and because I'm using the blushes in there, I just find it easy to just use the bronzer. I prefer this bronzer, but that one is just more convenient since I have the palette open already. So this one will be seeing less progress until I've hit pan or used up that bronzer, which hopefully will be soon, and then I'll get back into this one. And the product that I'm missing, because I have not used once, is my lip liner, and I did explain in my intro that it's sort of ambitious including the lip liner because this year I'm doing a lip project. I did my first check-in with that as my last video, which I'll leave linked in the description box if you want to check it out. And it's pretty much me going through and testing and documenting, trying my whole like lip collection. And I'm finding if I introduce a lip liner to that process, it sort of makes it harder to judge if I like the lipsticks. So I haven't used that at all. So there's no point checking in on it and chances are I'm just going to take it out. Like I was thinking of taking it out at the quarterly refresh, but why wait? Because I'm not going to use it. So I'll take that out now, pretend that it didn't happen. All right, so that's my update with my project pan. I sort of feel like this is a little bit boring because I don't have lip colors. I don't have sort of powders to show you because I like showing you like the comparison on the screen. But I still have made some good progress. I'm happy with the products I picked. I think I do have tips that I did, I think, this time last year on project panning if you're new to it, and if you started one this year and you're sort of struggling with it. One tip that I do think is really good, like sure, challenge yourself with products that you don't love but are usable, but the best way to get through products are using things that you actually enjoy. So like I love using this powder. I think it works really well. I love using my MAC paint pot. I love using this fragrance. If you love using things and you're getting rid of them because they're old or whatever, you just don't need them anymore, it makes it so much easier to use them on a daily basis. And I'm finding these products pretty easy to use, which is great. That's why I'm seeing progress, and hopefully I'll see more progress next month. My goal this year, besides using up as many products as possible, I think last year I used up, was it 40 something? Or was it, yeah, was it 40 something? So besides using up close to that amount of products, my goal is also to use up a product every single month. So I've done 2 this month. Hopefully I do another couple next month, but that's my sort of what I endeavor to do every month. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did want to catch my intro or the tips, I'll have them linked in the description box. Next video will be the Pan That palette. And if you missed my Project Apocalypse with testing out all my lip products, my first month, which is Colourpop lip products and some other sort of drugstore stuff, went up over the weekend. So I'll link that as well. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.